Okie dokie. Hello. This is mostly for me, but I'm probably gonna drop some links, you know. Hey, baby. Anyway, this is going to be a shitty ass review of the Neptunia series. Because, why not? I'm too lazy to record Fire Emblem. And yeah, I guess I'll just go top to bottom. And we'll see how that goes. Hopefully this isn't like an hour long. I'll kill myself. Anyway, yeah. Alright, so 2010 Hyperdimension Neptunia. I haven't played it myself yet. Probably won't. Maybe will. I don't know. Have to plug in the PS3 someday. Play some JoJo too. Anyway, yeah. The original game. I've heard many things. Mostly that it's shit. I agree with those things. It looks pretty shit. I've seen some footage. I've seen some horror stories, and dear God, if they just decided, well, this is a fucking flop and didn't make Mark II right after this, I would not have been surprised. But I guess everybody still liked the characters. Some of them in the original were a lot better than they are now. Cough, vert, cough. Not that anyone watching this will know what any of this means. And, yeah, the combat, literal dog shit, like the slowest JRPG in the world, ever. Unless there's a worse one, which there probably is, but this is the worst one I've ever seen in my life. Story is actually a bit different from the remake, which I'll be talking about right after this, because this is the only remake that's significantly different from the original. But yeah, Hyperdimension Neptunia for the PS3, shit game for twats. Only play it if you're a fan of the series. Even then, you probably don't want to play it. Then, let's see what we got. 2011. 1 year later, Mark II comes out. Actually, wait, fuck that. I'm gonna talk about the remake first. Okay, so 2013, they decided to remake the original game for the PS Vita, entitled it Rebirth 1. Now, Rebirth 1 is not exactly the same as the original game. They changed a lot of things. They had to get rid of 2 of the main characters because of licensing or something. Or disputes. They got rid of Gust and, shit, who was the other one? Nisa. Nisa I can understand because, God. NIS America is so dog shit. I feel like I'm gonna say dog shit a lot in the beginning of this. But oh well. Yeah, Rebirth 1 improves upon the system a lot. Uses the combat from Victory, like a slightly modified version of it. Which the combat from Victory is a slightly modified version of Mark II's. Basically, the combat is what most people are familiar with, if they played the series. They changed it a little bit, and I'll talk about that shit later. Yeah, remake, much better. Much, much, much better. Vert. Let's see. Neptune's less memey, I guess. She's still memey, but she's certainly a lot less memey. She's not much of a dick in the original games. Blondes. I don't even remember, honestly. Noir. No friends. Oh, that's another thing about the original game. Since this was like the first time there were these characters, a lot of the voice actors still weren't quite into the role yet, so a lot of the times they'll sound very dull and uninterested. And freaking Blackheart's voice wasn't all rough, it was just Noir. Who isn't even Noir anymore. But we'll get to that later, maybe. Anyway, Mark 2 slash Rebirth 2, since they're basically the same at this point. Let's see. Mark 2. Fix the fucking combat, thank God. That saved the franchise, definitely. And since they wanted to make it try to get away from it like as much as possible, I guess, they also made new main characters. So this was the creation of the CPU candidates, who are the little sisters of everyone except Vert, cause fuck Vert. And at first I didn't really like them. They were all stupid little children, and I hated them all. Nepgear was basically just your standard protagonist, only she's a loser and she hates herself. Uni is a discount noir, I guess. Ram and Ram. Ram was a bitch, holy shit. Ram is such a bitch at the beginning. I still don't really like Ram that much, she's probably my least favorite, but definitely a lot better than she was at the beginning. Ram's a lot quieter in the beginning of the games. Gets a bit more talkative later on. I like what they've done with her. She likes to state her emotions. So when she's happy, she'll be like, happy. It reminds me of my friend Scont. Hark ye well, old Scontyton. Anyway. Yep, Rebirth 2 did a lot of good. Oh ho ho, and the Conquest ending, holy shit. This was controversial, and this led to an event in the third game, which was a little deserved, but at the same time they took it way too far. But let's go into that when we talk about the third game. Until then, all you need to know about Conquest is you kill everyone in the end. And that's pretty awesome for a game like this. You don't really get to just slaughter all these cute little girls and shit very often. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. They'll probably never do it again, which is disappointing, but you know, it happened. They didn't even get rid of it in the remake, so they accept that it happened. Yeah, real cool though. Alright. Victory slash Rebirth 3 introduces the best character in the game. Plutia. I love Plutia. I love Iris Heart. I love everything about them. Peachy's alright. Yellowheart has disgusting cow tits. Unfortunately though, because of the freaking crappy you never age when you use CPU crystals, Peachy's forever like a toddler. More or less. I guess she'd be like 10 or 11 or something. I don't know. And then she just gets those disgusting cow tits as Yellowheart. But she also has like these weird claw things. Those are pretty cool. But none of that matters. Iris Heart is the best one. Little bit too prevalent in her game though. Of course this is like the only game she's really relevant in though, unfortunately. But she's definitely got that whole overarching I'm better than you. Ha 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 ha. I am the Deus Ex Machina. I win. Ha 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 ha. Everyone's terrified of her. No one stands up to her. It's like nice at first, a little refreshing, but then it just gets stale. The combat's just a slightly refined version of Mark II's, and the remakes all use I think it might actually be the same combat system as Victory, but they might have slightly refined it. Yeah, there's the original trilogy. Hell of a show right there. It's already 6 games technically, and that's just in 2010 to 2014. Now we get to talk about a shit ton of spin-offs in between all that. So let's start with the worst fucking Neptune game in the world, Producing Perfection. This isn't even a video game, this is a visual novel. And you make idle CPUs, but it's not even an idle game because there's only like 4 songs, and I hate everything, and holy shit. What were they thinking? Why would they only add like 4 songs? That's like, why? They use the Vita's touchscreen, so you could like pet the CPUs. That's something, I guess. Like, I'm a degenerate, and even I think this game is like the worst. It's so bad. This is the last game they had that was published by NISA too, so there's like 3 reasons why this game will never get ported to PC. Because of the NISA publish, the Vita touchscreen features, and probably just because it's dog shit. But yeah, that's Producing Perfection. That was released right after the original trilogy, so after they made the series look a lot better, they certainly shit the bed with that one. And then after that is an also pretty game. Hyperdimensional Noir. Wow, is this one... This actually could have had potential, honestly. It has a shit ton of characters, it's an SRPG. But it's just so grindy and boring. Like, God, like all these characters are literal who's that are gone after this game. I'm certain they're never gonna show up again. You get Noir, who's the main character. The other CPUs are there too. They're not really that relevant though. And there's a fucking self-insert male protagonist that Noir wants to bang, so you know, that's something. The only time they'll ever do that again. They did it in Producing Perfection too, but after this game they're just like, alright, maybe we should stop. Because it's pretty shitty. This is the grindiest game out of all the Neptunia games. Surprisingly enough. You'd think one of the JRPGs would be. But no. No, it's this one. For whatever reason. Yeah. Got us Blackheart. I never actually even finished it. I think I only played it for like an hour. So my opinion might not be the best on this one, but you know, it's something. Alright, Neptunia U. Honestly, I didn't play it, but I played the quote-unquote sequel. And basically Neptunia U is a... well, some people say it's better than Blonde vs. Zombies, but I think it'd be worse than Blonde vs. Zombies? Or, I mean, I like Blonde vs. Zombies. Let me put it, it's a fucking hack and slash, kind of like a Muso game, but it's not. But, it's alright. It's generic, I guess would be the best term for it. It's so average. That's the problem with a lot of the spin-offs, is they're just so average. You don't really get much out of them. Anyway, 2015 Mega Dimension Neptunia V2. This is the best Neptune game, hands down. No reservations. This is it. I don't know what the hell they did. Everything in this game is great. The soundtrack is great. All the characters are pretty damn great for once. There's not really anyone that's just shit. I mean, Vert's still a little verted. Oh, and I forgot to talk about how in Victory. So after Mark II, because the Conquest ending, everyone was like, wow, Nepgear's a bitch. Fuck Nepgear. I hate Nepgear. Haha, Nepgear. Screw Nepgear. Nepgear has no friends. Blah, 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 blah. So Nepgear got bullied to hell in Victory. Which, she deserved it, honestly, because she was pretty shitty at the beginning of Mark II. And Conquest ending was pretty shitty. But they took it way too far. V2, they got rid of a lot of the Nepgear shitting. She even gets to be the protagonist a bit. So, that was nice. And speaking of the characters, you're actually probably going to use all of them for once. Because this game has 3 different stories. And they all have different routes. The game starts with the fucking Zero Dimension route. That one you're going to get Neptune, Nepgear, Uzume, and who else? I feel like there's someone else. Oh yeah, Big Neptune. So right there, you're going to use those 4. Then you get the Hyperdimension route. And there's 4 different routes. There's the Neptune route, where you get Neptune, IF, and Kampa. Oh, and Bisha. There's the Blonde route, where you get Blonde, Ram, Ram, Sisha. There's the Lean Box route. You get Vert, Netgear, and what's her name? Esha. Yeah, Esha. That's it though. Not really a lot of characters there. They had to just give her a freebie with Netgear too, because Vert has no friends. Then last station route, you get Noir Uni and Keisha. Yeah, Keisha. And, you know, that's pretty cool. I like that they give you a chance to use all the characters. A lot of JRPGs don't do that. You're usually going to have characters that sit on the bench forever unless you decide to do a run with them. Sometimes they'll just be purely shit characters that you're never ever going to use in your life. Like Kampa. Kampa is not that good in this game. Kampa is so bad in this game. Even in Rebirth 1, once you get like a better... Once you start to level up, you don't really need your healer. So Kampa just becomes irrelevant. And by the time you get Kampa, like, she's already irrelevant. But you have to use her because you don't have any other options. So that's a good way to make that work, I guess. Alright, soundtrack, characters, routes. Oh yeah, and then there's a Heart Dimension, which you get to use everyone. Oh, and there is something, now that we're up here. Male characters do exist in this series, and my god do I love them all. Like, there's actually well-written male characters in Neptunia games, they're just never playable. Let's see, Victory, or, no, let's talk about Rebirth 2. Rebirth 2 only had 2 guys. No, there were 3 of them. 2 of them are basically irrelevant. They're pretty forgettable. Brave and Trick. Brave's just an asshole. No. Wait. No, Trick's the asshole. He's just a hothead bullshit. Who cares about him? He's forgettable. Brave is pretty cool. He's kind of like an honorable knight. And then you got Copy Paste, who's a fucking pedophile. Like, straight up. He's a fucking pedophile. And he's got the most goofy ass voice in the world, and I love it. Then Rebirth. Well, yeah, I'll just call it Rebirth 3, whatever. You got, what's his name? Anonadeth. Anonadeth is a fucking faggot robot guy. Who's also a hacker, and also loves Noir. Take that as you may. There's like this little clip from the anime. Yes, there was an anime. Where he just makes like the stupidest fucking joke in the world, and I'm trying to think of what it was. What was it? God damn it, what was it? I may be queer, but I've got... Wait. Shit, what was it? Alright, now I gotta look it up. This is a professional podcast hosted by none other than me, myself, and I. Oh, I may be queer, but let me lay it to you straight. Like, come on, man, that is like the fucking cheesiest. I fucking love that line. That is a great line. Didn't even get to the video. Wow. Whatever. Yeah, let's see. Were there any other male characters? Oh, there's fucking... What was his name? Mr. Bad. He's like this old guy. You'd think you'd hate him. But honestly, he's pretty great too. He's like a loving little father, but he's also a creeper. But he's not really a creeper. He's just an old business dude. He's like... He literally looks like a stereotypical old Japanese dude. And his name is Mr. Bad. Like, come on. Pretty sure that's all the male characters, though, until, V2, where they're all freaking phenomena. Oh, yeah, there's also Warachu, but he's a mouse. He doesn't count. He's kind of like a mascot, I guess. But he's not. Ah, okay. Yeah. Yes, let's talk about Afimojas and Steamax. They are bros. They are awesome. I love both of them. Afimojas believes in the greatness of busty blondes. And he wants money so he can buy more waifu shit. And that's a man I can resonate with, because dear God, would I also try to destroy the world to get a bunch of money so I could buy a bunch of waifu shit. Lord knows I'd smash. And let me tell you, when those androids get made in my lifetime, if they ever do get made in my lifetime, I'm gonna buy the first one. I swear to fucking God. I will have an android. But that's something else. Let's not talk about that. Steamax, also part of the League of Blusty Blondes, but then he starts to believe in the League of tiny little sister tsunderes. None of this is relevant though, so whatever. I feel like there's another one. Oh yeah, Umio! Umio is a fucking fish with a pretty nice voice. He's actually a playable party member if you get the DLC. That's like $1. So he's the only male party member in a Neptunia game. But he's kinda not, because he's a fucking fish, but he is. So that's something. Yeah, I mean, I could talk about V2 forever. Case in point, it's pretty great. One thing I don't like is the shitty CPU cards. They're not even relevant to, like, anything, though, but... let me put it this way. If you want to 100% V2, you're gonna have to do basically everything. And holy shit, do they make you not want to do everything. There's this one labyrinth, you don't have a mini-map. You're supposed to kill all the enemies in this labyrinth. Which also has a secret room, which you have to jump into the wall to get into, which you have no possible way of knowing that exists, unless you just so happen to see the little access point, or the warp point. But even then you could just be like, what the hell is that? How do I get to that? And you're never gonna know. Who just starts jumping into walls when they don't know what to do? Nobody. God damn it. I'm not even gonna mute my mic for anything. This is all bullshit anyway. But yeah, Senmu Labyrinth. Fuck Senmu Labyrinth. Holy shit, that place is a nightmare. I had to go through that crap like 5 times too. Like entire runs 5 times. I had to kill the dragon once. Then I had to kill the dragon again. Then I realized I killed the wrong dragon, so then I had to do it again. Then I had to kill all the enemies. Then I had to kill all the enemies again. Only I learned that using a forbidden twig, which respawns all enemies, makes it so it doesn't count that you killed all enemies, so then I had to go kill all enemies again, so I guess I ran through Senmu Labyrinth 6 times. And that was like 3 hours worth of Senmu Labyrinth that I'd never want to see again until V2R. But you know, other than that, in the fucking CPU cards, which, once again, are only for achievement whoring, so you know. Good game. I like it. Then it's Blonde vs. Zombies. It's like, Action Unleashed, only it's got more characters. A multiplayer, which I've never done the multiplayer, but, you know, multiplayer's pretty cool, I guess. Yeah. The story's alright. A little bit longer than I thought it'd be, honestly. It's weird. It's like, it feels like, once you get into it, it's like, huh, this is gonna be short, isn't it? And then it's a little longer than you think. And then as soon as you think it's gonna keep going, it just ends. If that makes sense. Yeah, I like this game. Pretty good game. Hachimajin was... I like that name. Hachimajin is a fun name to say. Because of that, I never even call Hachiman Hachiman. I just call him Hachimajin. Then we got, Sega Hard Girls. Okay, I also have not finished this game, but it has all the Planet Neptune CPUs. And they're the best ones. Like, that's straight up. So, you know, that gives it an automatic bump up. It's also a bit like the main series games. The combat's a little different. I kind of don't like the shitty little boost bullshit, whatever it was. But, you know. Also, Neptune gets shit on a lot in this game. That's pretty nice. And it's if he's the main character, kind of. But she isn't. She's supposed to be, but she really isn't. And as much as I hate Idea Factory itself for being so incompetent at times, I do like Iffy. So yeah. And now, the final North American one. So I guess the final one I can talk about. For Goddesses Online. Also multiplayer. Also haven't tried it. Also haven't beat it. But it looks nice. It plays pretty nice. Everything's a bit too meat shieldy, I guess. Or not meat shieldy. What's the word for it? Yeah, I guess it would kind of be meat shield. Everything's just too annoying to kill. Like, the other ones, you and Neptune versus Zombies was like fucking, what do you call it? A Muso. This one's more ARPG, where like enemies actually have health bars though. And it's kind of, the new costumes are great for one. CPU gods, like the goddesses, holy shit, they look awesome. Like the look of this game is amazing. They had to get a new Noir voice actor for English though, which is kind of disappointing. But she's not that bad. But yeah, basically the visuals and the sound is all pretty good, but the game itself isn't that great. It's not bad. I'd say it's a little above average. Multiplayer is probably pretty shitty, honestly. It's probably already dead. But, yeah, Cyberdimension Neptunia, 4 Goddesses Online, pretty good. Then we got, V2R, which doesn't need to exist. Obviously, I haven't played it, because I'm not a fucking weeaboo. Yeah. V2 with, some VR scenes. Not really anything significant added. They changed a couple of things. Added a bit of pre-rendered. No, is it pre-rendered? 3D cutscenes, I guess you'd call them. Instead of just being all the visual novel stuff. Looks alright. I'm definitely getting it. I hope to God the limited edition comes with the soundtrack, because like I said before, V2 has a great soundtrack. Like, I didn't really appreciate just how good the songs were. Like, there's some songs that it's like, oh god, that song. But, man. Like, the entire series actually has pretty good sound tracks for whatever reason. Except for the original, I guess. Holy shit, the original Planeptune theme? Dear god, it sounds like a fucking jet plane. It's like... And it's like that for like 20 seconds. I got this Civ 5 mod, freaking Nepgear. She has that theme, and holy shit, every time she talks to me, it's just like... It's so loud and obnoxious. But, I mean, even the first game had some good soundtracks, but, you know, that's only some. All in all, though, that's 7 years of shitty Nep games. For a whopping total of 14 fucking games in 7 years. Jesus Christ. That's actually disgusting. Ow. Yeah. Well, that was certainly a journey, huh? Quite a review, huh? I'm not very good at reviews. I guess I just wanted to bullshit on about something and give me an excuse to not record more Fire Emblem because I'm too lazy, I guess. But, I also learned how to make this awesome little backdrop of pure, unadulterated shit. Yeah, so all in all, Neptune series is getting progressively better. Thank God. Like, there's a couple of like little spikes where it kind of looks like, I guess it'd be the stock market, where it just goes up, down, up, down, up, down. But I think it's been consistently getting a bit better. Like, in terms of main series, definitely. When you compare the first game to the fucking V2, a hell of a lot better. This new game they're gonna announce soon, it better be V3 or else I'm gonna be highly disappointed. And V3 better be at least as good as V2 or else I'm gonna be platinum mad. Ow. Yeah. I guess that's it. Don't really know what else to talk about. Ooh-wee. Maybe I'll do a Fire Emblem one. But I'm even less qualified for Fire Emblem than I am for Nep. Because let me think, I haven't played 1, 2, 3. 1 and 3 are... I haven't played the remakes of 1 and 3, I guess I'd count those. I've technically played Gaiden, but not the original Gaiden, which was even more broken than Echoes was. 4, 5, and 6. 4 and 5 I haven't played at all. 6 I've started. 7 I played. 8 I haven't beat. 9 I started a little. 10 I haven't even played. 11 and 12 haven't even tried. Want to though. Awakening I've beat. Fates maybe I should just do a Fates review. Holy shit. Oh my god, there we go. Next video, Fates review coming up soon, maybe. I don't know. It depends on when I feel like recording, I guess. Bye.